Welcome back to the Motion Galerium. Nicoli and Elsa Kast are a married pair of genetic engineers employed at a corporation called Nucleic Exchange Research and Development, better known as NERD. Their main assignment is experimenting with animal DNA combinations to create hybrid organisms with extraordinary traits. The company's ultimate goal is to extract rare biological compounds from these hybrids to develop new medicines capable of treating some of the world's most severe illnesses. At the start of the film, we see Clive and Elsa unveil a newly engineered male hybrid. They call him Fred and introduce him to an earlier female creation named Ginger. Everyone looks on in awe as the two creatures meet and greet each other by forming a strange spherical shape with their tongues. Later, Clive and Elsa attend a meeting with the company's CEO, Joan Charette. Joan is thrilled with their latest success and wants to begin pulling genetic materials from the hybrids right away to begin pharmaceutical production. The couple then pitches the idea of creating a human-based hybrid, arguing it would offer an immense variety of useful compounds. Such breakthroughs could help cure Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even certain types of cancer. Despite this, Joan prefers focusing on the hybrids they already have. Elsa warns her that if they don't pursue the idea, another lab will, but the CEO refuses to approve the project. Clive and Elsa leave the meeting upset and frustrated, yet unwilling to abandon their idea. Since NERD won't allow human splicing, they decide to take matters into their own hands. At the lab, Elsa collects human DNA from an anonymous donor, and the two begin attempting to merge it with animal DNA, just as they did with Fred and Ginger. Their first attempts fail, so Elsa hands Clive another sample, claiming it's the highest quality human DNA she managed to obtain. This time, they get the conditions right and the splice works. The cell now needs to be incubated and nurtured into a developing embryo. But because human hybridization is illegal and considered deeply unethical, Clive wants to shut the experiment down. Elsa convinces him to continue just long enough to confirm success, insisting that they can keep the project controlled and contained. Clive agrees and places the cells inside the incubator. They watch as the organism multiplies at an alarming speed. The next morning, Elsa checks the incubator and is shocked by how rapidly the embryo is forming. Later, while the two are at home, they receive an urgent alert from the lab. They rush back only to find the fetus has matured far earlier than expected. They break open the incubator and a glistening, undeveloped creature drops to the floor. After securing it, they leave. The following morning, Clive insists they must end the project before things escalate. Elsa hesitates, not wanting to destroy it yet, but she knows they will face catastrophic consequences if the creature is discovered. When they go to end the experiment, they find what looks like the creature's corpse. But when Elsa opens the container, she realizes it's only the creature's shed skin. It's alive and hiding somewhere. Suddenly, a screech echoes from above. Clive, speaking from outside the room, urges her to leave so they can flood the chamber with toxic gas and eliminate the creature. But Elsa does the opposite. She extends her hand and gently calls to it. Right then, Clive enters and startles the newborn hybrid. The couple exits, then knocks the creature unconscious using gas. After studying it, they discover it's female and aging at an impossible rate. She'll only survive a few months, so the pair decides to observe her instead of killing her. X-rays reveal a mass in her body that puzzles them. They also note she has a venomous, needle-like tail used for defense. A week passes. Clive tries feeding her, but she refuses everything until they discover she prefers sweets. With that, feeding becomes easy. Elsa starts treating the creature like her own child, dressing her, teaching her, and showing her letters. The creature copies the word on Elsa's shirt, NERD, when asked to spell. Surprised by her intelligence, Elsa names her Dren, an anagram of nerd. Clive arrives and scolds Elsa for treating Dren like a domesticated pet. Their loud argument is overheard by Clive's brother Gavin, who also works at NERD. Curious, he sneaks into the lab and is attacked by Dren. Elsa scolds the girl and sends her away. Clive tries smoothing things over with Gavin, who is furious they created an illegal hybrid. The couple realizes Dren can no longer remain in the lab, so they hide her in the facility's basement. Soon after arriving, Dren overheats and stops breathing. Clive dunks her into cold water, and they discover the tumor was actually an amphibious lung. She can breathe underwater. Later, the couple must present Ginger and Fred at a press event. Just as they start, the two creatures suddenly turn on each other, brutally fighting and causing panic. Afterward, Clive and Elsa explain to Joan that Ginger had unexpectedly changed sex, becoming male, which caused the violent clash. Because they were so preoccupied with Dren, they failed to notice Ginger's transformation. Furious, Joan shuts down all hybridization projects and demands they produce the needed protein by any means. With the entire facility soon to be seized, Dren must be moved somewhere remote. Clive and Elsa bring her to Elsa's late mother's farmhouse out in the countryside so she can be safe and have more freedom. When they arrive, Dren panics and escapes, but they find her eating a rabbit nearby and guide her back inside. Elsa scolds her again, causing Dren to jump into a water tank. Believing she needs space, the couple cleans and prepares the barn for her. That night, Dren refuses food and spells out the words tedious and outside, expressing her boredom and desire to leave. When Elsa denies her, Dren lashes out and flees through the skylight. On the roof, the couple sees she has sprouted wings. Clive pleads with her, saying he loves her. She hugs him and agrees to return inside. The next day, while Elsa and Dren are together, Elsa discovers drawings of Clive made by Dren. She's developing feelings for him. Moments later, Dren finds a cat and plays with it, but Elsa snatches it away, afraid Dren will harm it. Clive returns home to a depressed Dren and comforts her by dancing with her. During this, he realizes Elsa used her own DNA in the experiment. Enraged, he confronts Elsa, who brushes it aside, insisting it's too late to undo anything. The next day, Elsa brings Dren a new cat to make amends, but Dren kills it with her tail and attacks Elsa. She steals the keys and tries to escape, but Elsa knocks her out and straps her to a table. Fed up, Elsa decides to amputate Dren's tail so she can't hurt anyone again. Clive arrives to find Dren naked, restrained, and injured. Feeling sympathy, he frees her. Later, he watches her through the surveillance cameras, reaching out to the screen affectionately before stopping himself. Meanwhile, Elsa successfully synthesizes the protein using venom from Dren's tail and hurries to tell Clive. Clive, however, walks into Dren's room and is met with a kiss from her. He tries to resist, but eventually gives in, and the two have intercourse. Elsa arrives and catches them, horrified. She storms off while Clive chases after her, apologizing. After a long talk, they agree that Dren must be killed. But when they return, Dren appears to be dying naturally due to her rapid aging. They sit with her as she seems to take her final breath. Elsa mourns the loss of the creature she'd come to see as a daughter. They bury her outside. At that moment, Gavin and a nerd official arrive, having discovered human DNA in the protein samples. They demand to see the creature. Elsa claims she's dead, but a loud shriek interrupts her. Dren is alive, and like Ginger, she has changed sex. Now male, aggressive, and stronger than before, Dren kills Gavin and his associate instantly. He drags Clive into a pond, then pursues Elsa. Eventually he catches her, tears her clothes with his regenerated tail, and forcefully mates with her. Clive recovers and fights him off, stabbing Dren with a wooden pole, but it barely slows the creature. Dren is about to kill Clive when Elsa smashes his skull with a rock. She hesitates out of sympathy, but Dren retaliates and kills Clive with his tail. Enraged, Elsa repeatedly strikes Dren until he finally dies. Months later, Elsa meets with Joan, who presents her with a proposal. Dren impregnated Elsa, and she is carrying his child. Joan wants to use the baby to develop groundbreaking medicines. Elsa accepts, saying she has nothing left to lose. The film shows the danger of tampering with nature. Science should serve humanity, not rewrite the laws of life. Hit that subscribe button for more recaps. Don't forget to like and comment on the video.